Alright, welcome back to the Naldronian Archive, and today we're drawing a Giganotosaurus, based, rephrase, using the Hammond Collection Giga as a reference. Don't know why I struggle with that sentence so much, but I'm not gonna re-record it, it's fine. This doesn't have to be professional, it's not like this is a job. This is just me talking over a video because I think it would be cool and because I think it adds some more quality to them. And mayhaps if I talk, then you're more likely to actually watch the whole thing and appreciate the art. But, we'll see. I hope, because this is a 30-minute video and I have to talk for at least like 10 minutes of that. That's a lot of talking. So the reason that we used the Hammond Collection Giga as a frame of reference is because, in spite of how long I've been drawing for a while. I'm drawing dinosaurs for like a pretty long while. I am not very good at posing and shadows or anything of the sort. I'm kind of decent with detail. I'm alright with proportions and stuff like that. But when it comes to posing, as soon as things stop just standing directly, like horizontally facing one direction, specifically facing the left, stuff falls apart. I'm not that great at it, or at the very least, I'm not great at like conceptualizing it in my head and getting it onto anything. Less of the sculptures. Sculptures I can do. You haven't seen that yet because I haven't been able to make any good sculptures for the entirety of the year. We'll see how that changes next year. I can only hope. But so that's why I need things like my Hammond Collection Giga. It helps with, the pose, getting things in the right place, proportions, stuff like that. And also, it's a really nice toy, and, buy Hammond Collection Giga if you can. They're great. Of course, I didn't want to just copy it directly. I love the Dominion Giga design. Absolutely adore it. But I wanted to do my own thing with it and shift it just a bit towards paleo accuracy. Of course, it's still got, spikes because, come on. It's cool, alright, and I like drawing spikes. Now it's time to clean up the design. Well, clean up the sketch and then add more details. And I don't even think I touched that back leg and back arm when I cleaned it up because I was not about to try to touch that. That's a mess of red lines, and I just rationaled that I'd fix it when I colored it. And wouldn't you know it, I fixed it when I colored it. So now, I'm gonna disappear for a second. Well, a couple minutes, realistically. And we're gonna put on some music, and then I'll come back when I have something more important to say than just yap. beginning of the coloring process, I guess I'll hop back in. Coloring this guy. That was a challenge. I mean, it's always a bit iffy with the more dynamically designed pieces to color them, because I feel like I have more of an obligation to make it good, or I don't know, just to service the design more than with the standard ones, if that makes sense. Hope it does. And when we're done with all of the line art stuff, we're gonna see the true trials of coloring this guy. Same problems I have when I color, like, everything. Also, I don't know why it's being that choppy. And notifications, how delightful. Can you tell this is like my second time trying to record audio? I bet you could. And I sure hope you can't hear the other people in this building. I swear there's this dorm. Something else. That's a rant for another day. I'm not disservicing my Giga by ranting about the building I live in. That would be mean. I guess another thing we can talk about right now while we gear up for the coloring process is why has the style changed? Why is it not just the way it used to be, where it's just staring directly at it face on and just calling it a day? I've made the decision to at least attempt to change the style, maybe for a couple videos, and see the perception if, I don't know, people like it or not. You know, the 12 people I'm sure are going to watch this video. Because I use Ibis Paint to draw, and the thing about Ibis is that if you want to record, like, you know, time-lapse, film that, and then upload it, the longest it will give you is 5 minutes. Well, you can, like, record the drawing process, kind of. Because then there's, like, the full length. There's two different kinds of, like, Ibis Paint time-lapse video that the app will generate for you. Either A, you're just, well, like, you know, the videos that have been on the archive already, 5 minutes, 5 or 3 minute, whatever, and it's just staring straight on. Or you have a longer time-lapse video, but it's the same format. It's the same, stays the same angle. You don't get any of the more in-depth stuff. And with some of these drawings, it feels like I'm discrediting them when all you see is it from just one angle. It doesn't... It feels like a disservice. And also, I don't know, it's more fun. I think it's more fun for the viewer if it's a more, like, hands-on, direct. You can see every little note and drawing dip that I make to the art. Unless, of course, I forget to film it. That happens sometimes. This is how it has to be sometimes. Sometimes I'm gonna forget, because all of this is just simply screen recorded. I just, I draw, and I have to remember before I start, like, hey, hit screen record. And then after that, I have to hope that the screen recording doesn't break, or that I can actually add the videos to the editing software that I'm using. That has happened with at least one of these videos that may be uploaded in like a week or something, because I'm gonna try to pace. I have 4 videos currently in the works right now because I draw a lot, and I already know that there's not going to be any time for me to draw next week, and I want to try to maintain something consistent. But, we'll talk about that a bit later on. Like, again, I've still got like a good 17 minutes of footage to talk over. Unless, of course, I re-edit this video because I've noticed some repeat clips. So if I talk about time and you notice that the video is not, in fact, 30 minutes long, then whoops. Or I guess good thing that I've changed it, because you don't want to watch me draw the same thing over and over again. I don't want y'all to watch that, because that's boring, and I don't like boring. But I guess now it's time for the biggest challenge with this design, patterns yet again, because I wanted to do stripes, and I wanted it to look nice, and it took me like 3 tries to settle on stripes and the color scheme and the everything, and oh boy, that was annoying. It was an annoying, like for you, this is like 20, 30 minutes. For me, the raw footage is like 4 or 5 hours. That was an hour of time that I spent trying to like get everything to look right, which, oh boy, not fun. But I am glad about the redhead, though. That was a good choice. It's almost like I think I've made that choice with other designs multiple times in the past, because I like it a lot. It reminds me of vultures, and vultures are, like, cool. If you don't think vultures are cool, like, leave. Like, top 5 modern dinosaurs still on the planet. Like, easy. And then, of course, there you go. Scrapping the old stripe design and going with a new one because I wasn't happy with it. And now I have to draw the stripes yet again because, heaven forbid, the drawing of patterns be an easy process that I do once and then I'm happy with it. There will come a time when I actually be able to settle on that and draw it once and then be happy with it, but that time is not now. So guess we're gonna go turn on the background music again. Let me draw some stripes, and then I'll hop back in when I've got more stuff to say.
And with that Giant of the Skies theme ending, I will hop back in for what is probably going to be the final audio clip of the video, which is probably just going to run maybe all the way to the end. We will see. Who knows at this point? So I've been enjoying the Walking with Dinosaurs music for a while, so there hasn't been much time for me to talk about design, but luckily, seeing as currently putting some finishing touches, or at least I was, on the neck fluff, we can talk about that for a second and why I do it. It's cool. End of story. It's just a fun little bit of fluff because, you know, dinosaurs, especially fuzzy, at least theropods were. It's kind of cool to put it on, especially megatheropods, because it's not something that you see often, unless, you know, Therizinosaurus, but not everyone can be Therizinosaurus. Not everyone can be the best dinosaur ever. That's just unnecessary pressure to put on everything else. So, as it turns out, some of the clips were copied. I guess this is not only just a stream of consciousness about the drawing process, but also about the editing process, because I'm kind of doing both editing and recording and talking about stuff. Who knows? This might be resolved in future uploads as I get more used to this process. But who knows? Maybe it won't. There's supposed to be a feature of it. It's not a bug. It's a feature. Just like Todd Howard. It just works. I'm really happy with how the Giga in this art piece turned out. I know that's tend to be saved for the very, very end, like overall thoughts, but considering how much of it is done right now, and that really going in after this, we're really just going to be drawing the background and stuff. I feel like it's a good enough time to mention just overall thoughts. I'm very happy with it. I hope y'all are happy with it. You can show that by, I guess, I don't know, just watching the video all the way through kind of just proves that you like it. You don't have to like the video, but that'd be cool if you did. But we tend to save that rant for the very end of the video. I don't know why I'm bringing it up now. That's not how you do it. Now it's time for background and stuff, and it's a background. It's really not the cool part. No, none of you clicked on this video to see me draw hills and dirt and rocks and trees and water. But it's something I like. I like drawing. I just don't draw it much because it is a
committing to drawing a background kind of means that I had a idea about everything from the very start. Like, I had an idea of, this is the pose I want, this is the kind of background that it's going to be on when it's done, and because if I don't have all those together, then I'm not going to draw a background. It's a demonstrable amount of work for something that really, it does affect, like, the final piece, and it is nice, and if the background is nice, it really helps, but sometimes the drawing just can stand on its own without a background. But with this guy, seeing as I got my whole Hammond collection Giga off the shelf, I wanted to give this guy a background. And seeing as this was the original test case for the new recording style, it felt like a good idea to see how long this would run if I recorded the entire, like the theoretical maximum drawing process from sketch, color, background, all of it. And as it turns out, all of that equals about 30 whole minutes. Even with the 2 duplicated clips that I did cut out, we still are about running 30 minutes. So this is definitely the longest thing on the channel, in the archive, if you will. And it probably will be for a very long time, because long videos are... I don't know if the general audience, you know, all 18 people who are going to end up watching this, actually are going to want to sit through it. That's also why I decided that I was going to try talking over a video, because I feel like if I talk over it, people are more likely to want to listen to the whole video, or at least, I don't know, hear my random stream of consciousness. Alright, ending stream of consciousness. I'm ranting about the trees because they were annoying as heck to draw. I don't know why trees are so stupid. Like, it's broccoli, but one part is brown. It shouldn't be that hard, but for some reason I struggle with it so much, and I don't know why. Alright, short ran over. Doodling in some grass. The rocks. Yeah, you know. A rock. I'm not drawing Dwayne Johnson. That's not worth my limited time on this earth. I draw dinosaurs, not celebrities. I'm sorry if I had to break that to you. So that is all I have for right now. Look at that, this wasn't the final audio clip. So I'm gonna hop out, put some Walkman Dinosaurs back on, and then I'll come back at the very, very end. I did say I would return, and, I will. I have. I did. So, now that we're done with the drawing process, and you've had a good second to look over it, I can tell you to, like, comment, tell me what you think of the new style, and, subscribe for more.